Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's so good to see you this morning. We've got a great show lined up for you for today. Now, our guest isn't quite here yet, but we'll keep an eye out for her. But I'm really looking forward to this. We've got a great show lined up with Kimberly Hausmann. Then after that, we have the 11:30 Radical Vision for Disabilities. That is a show that I'm going to hold today. We're going to talk more about the disabilities, the people that are disabled, and their caregivers, and how important it is for their caregivers to know what they would like them to know. Even if they're disabled, even if they're nonverbal. So look forward to that. But then we've got a great show lined up for you for next week. We're going to talk more about those soon. So if you want to know more, stay right there. And we're back. Well, thank you so much for being here today. I got to tell you, we do have a great show lined up for you for today. If Kimberly ends up joining us, that's great. If not, we're going to make do with what we have. So I think it's important for us all to understand that we all have blindness in our lives. If we can understand our blindness and we can understand those blind spots, and sometimes put blinders on and sometimes take those blinders off. If we can understand the importance of doing that, then we're going to know how important it is to have our core beliefs, our core values aligned with our vision. So that is what we're talking about today, is vision and aligning our core beliefs, our core values with our vision. How do you do that? Well, that takes time. While we're at it, if you're listening to this live, put in hashtag live and let me know where you're coming in from. That would be great if you would do that. And then, as always, share this video out with as many people as you can think of on your timeline. That would be nice. And let's see what else. Oh, to be entered into a raffle to win a free copy of my book, Sometimes It Does Take a Brain Surgeon. Just put a picture of you winking in your timeline. And when you wink, I want you to think, man, if this guy here, me, knows what makes him unique, and it's not his eye, I wonder what makes me unique. And that's where it all starts to happen. So thank you for doing that. I appreciate you. So we've had some good things happen here in the last few days. So, I may have told you that I will be speaking for, that's a hard word to say. I will be speaking for the Ohio SHRM, which stands for the Society of Human Resource Managers, SHRM. And I will be speaking for them in August. And I just found out that I'm also going to be speaking for the Indiana group, the Indiana SHRM, in August as well. So it'll be August 2nd through the 4th. That's when their conference is. So there's all got kinds of good stuff happening around all of us. So I'm so thankful for everything that we have, everything we're given to other people. And can't tell you how excited and how proud I am of where all this is going. So, and thank you as well for being here with me. I think that none of this would happen without you. So tell me a little bit about, again, you put on all those things in your timeline, but also in the comments, but also tell me what you think about vision. How do you think you align your vision with your core beliefs and your core strengths? Well, for me, I know that one of my strengths is talking. So I'm good at talking. Shocking, I know. But I also realize that my core strength comes from being positive and overcoming adversity. So yes, a lot of people overcome adversity. A lot of people are positive, but not that many people are, as some might say, audacious. But not that many people will get in front of a camera or get in front of a group of people and share their awesomeness with other people. So that's what I want for you. I want you to be able to share your awesomeness. Yes, that's true. But also, I want you to be able to understand how important it is to know your core beliefs should be aligned with your vision. So who else has their core beliefs aligned with their vision? I think of my friend Randall Reeder. Randall does a great job with impersonating Will Rogers and talking about how his core values, core strengths is aligned with his vision. So his vision is to be able to help other people through Will Rogers. Now, most people wouldn't think of that as being a core strength or a vision, but that's what Randall does. So I think that that's important for us all to understand how important it is to have that line. Who else has a core strength that's aligned with their vision? Well, I mean, you can go pretty much anywhere. Go to a church and ask the pastor if his core strength is aligned with his vision. I mean, obviously it is. Well, not always, obviously, but most times it is, because that minister has the ability to dig within himself, to dig within himself to get those core strengths, those core beliefs out to his congregation. So there's somebody else that has their vision aligned. Why don't we all do that? It would make things so much easier if we did that. You would be more happy if you did that. You would be more successful if you did that. It's sometimes hard to do, because I'll tell you what, when I worked for IBM and then I started to work for other companies like IBM, I'm not that technical, but I got to a point where I just wanted to make more money, and I really didn't care about, my core strengths and my core beliefs. Because in my first job at IBM, I was a client rep, so I had overall account responsibility. So I went out and I schmoozed. Somebody say schmoozed, but I worked with those clients to make sure that everything was covered from a billing perspective, where invoicing was correct, or if there was something else that was going on that they needed help with, I made sure that they had what they needed. That was a core strength of mine, that servanthood. And I got away from that when I thought being in IT sales, it was just the same from being in IT sales, from being at IBM to being in IT sales and being at a business partner that actually sold IBM. So I had direct selling responsibility. I got away from my core strengths. I got away from my core beliefs. And then it just didn't go anywhere. I mean, I went from job to job to job, and it didn't work. I got the jobs because of my relationships. I had a huge number of relationships with people all across the city, but it didn't matter because it didn't match my core strengths, my core beliefs, my core values. My vision was off because of greed. So think about that. Think about that for you. What does that mean for you? How should you be thinking about your core strengths? You got to re-examine those, because you need to make sure that you are doing what you should be doing what you need to do in order to achieve your vision. That's important. So that is what the Vision Alignment Show is all about. It's understanding how important it is to have your core beliefs and your core values aligned with your vision. But there's something else that's been bothering me. Something else that has been bothering me. I'm enunciating on purpose because I didn't enunciate that sentence very well the first time. But what is bothering me is that I have this desire to help and encourage people that are different from me. And yes, those people are people with disabilities, people with autism, people with cerebral palsy, people with any sort of ailments like ailments. They don't have to be ailments, but any sort of limitations like that. I think that's really where I want to go with this show. So yes, it's still called the Vision Alignment Show because it still maps to those core beliefs, those core values. But you're going to find over the next few weeks that we have many, many more people that are going to come onto the show, and they're going to have conversations with you that you really think maybe they should belong in the Radical Vision for Disabilities show, but they don't because they are aligned with their core beliefs, with their vision, and they know what it is that they should be doing. So look for that coming up here in the next few weeks. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm excited because that is where we're going. And yes, I'm going to have more people on. Hopefully, I'll be having more people on that can talk to those disabilities, but also people that can talk to different roles that they play in life. So it's going to be great. So I'm looking forward to it. If there's ever anything that I can do for you, by all means, let me know. And as always, keep one eye on the road. Thank you. Bye.